What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the next video in learning C++ object oriented programming, or OOP. My name is QD Yazdani and you guys watching my channel Coriowood. Okay, so we have started our object oriented programming. So we're going to see the classes, and we're going to see the access modifiers, we're going to see the methods or member functions. So we're going to build a program, a very simple swap or exchange program, as I have demonstrated before. So you guys can swap the two numbers. So if you left and right, you can, guys, the one on the right you guys can put on the left, the one on the left you guys can put on the right. So how we guys going to do that? And then you guys, if you notice, if you're following our C++ programming previously, in the previous video we have done that one with the functions as well. We have done a function like a swap, and so in this video we're going to see how it's done with the classes. Okay, so we put a class first to begin with, and we name it exchange. So now we have a class exchange. We have private, which I said you guys can hide your data, and we put an int x and y. So now we have two variables, which is int x and y, and we're gonna put a public, and our public is gonna, so we need to put it here inside the class. We're putting outside the class, so I'm gonna extend that one. So I'm gonna put a, say, after the private I'm gonna go on a public. Okay, so in the public we're gonna have three methods. So what's our methods gonna be? Our methods gonna be, the first one is gonna say display. We're going to say display our method. So we're going to go on top. So our first method is going to be outside here. So we're going to come here, we put a void, and we put a get number. So we put a exchange, and there is a 4 double colon here. We put a here 4 period here, so it's a double colon, and that's called a scope resolution operator. So the first one is going to be get number. So in order for us to do anything, first of all we need to get a number. So, and what we're going to get a number, and we put a C out, and put a enter your two numbers, and you guys can put a x and y, you guys can put a x in numbers, you guys can put a x, so enter your two numbers, you guys can put a x, enter your first number, so this is going to be our x. So keep in mind, you guys can put an handle here, or you can, so C in, it's going to be x. So we're going to copy this one again. That one's our first one, and that one's going to be the y. So enter your first x number, for example, x number, and your second y numbers, because number is singular. Okay, so now we have a method, and we are, through this scope resolution operator, we have said that we have a class, and this class have a method, and that method is called a number. So here in public we put a void, and we put a void get number. That's our first method, and we're going to come down, and we're going to put a second one, which is going to be void, and we put a class name exchange, and what's going to be, we're going to be swap, because now it's going to be actual swapping in here. And if you don't guys don't want to put it straight away here, because that's a very good practice. As soon as you guys create it, you guys gonna put it swap, so you can swap it straight away. So in here now we're gonna come here and say it's x, and we saw x plus y, and here we put a y opposite way, and put a x minus x minus y. So we have done x plus y is x minus y is y, and we put a x and we put a x minus y. So this one is x plus y. We're gonna come here, x plus y is gonna do the addition, then y is gonna do the negation, then x is gonna do the negation as well. Alright, so you guys looking here, we have a swap, and we already included swap, and the last one is going to be result, and we put a void, and we put exchange, the name of the class, and we put a result, and we want to display our result. And I'm going to include this one quickly there so I don't forget. We put a void and we put a result. Okay, so now I have included all my member functions, our methods, and I'm gonna come here, just I'm gonna simply display my number. So I'm gonna put a C out, and I'm gonna say X. I want to display my X first, so I'm gonna put a X is, or you guys gonna put something like this, and you can put a X, and you guys can put a Y, then you can put a Y is, and you can put a Y, and you can put an endl. So we have X is X, and we have put a Y is Y. So now our class is complete. We have a class exchange, and it takes a private and a public, and we have a 3 member function, our methods here, and you can see all of them perform some sort of operation. The first one takes a number, the second one is going to be the engine, which is going to swap, the third one is going to see the result. Alright, so now we're going to come here in our main, and we're going to connect everything inside the main, and we put exchange, and we name it E. That's our variable name. So we put a E dot get number. So that's our first one is we're going to get the number, and because we're only getting the number, and we put a C out, and we put the numbers before exchange. Or you can put a swap, whatever you guys can put, and we put a next line, and we put an endl here, or just put a here like that. You don't need to put a next line, and we put a E dot result. So we're gonna look for the E dot result. So the first one is we're gonna target this one. We're gonna get the number. So we're only doing this one at the moment, and later on we're gonna do the swap, and we're gonna see the result. Okay, so now we're gonna come here. In our main, we have an exchange, and the name of the variable. If you guys remember, inside the struct, we have done the same thing, and we have created our struct, our elements here. We have done all our elements inside here. We have done our struct, and we had a name for variable here, and we have used this access our variable, our elements inside our member elements inside the struct. So that's exactly the same. If you guys remember that one, we save it, and we're gonna build our project. We're gonna see for any error, and we see that we don't have error. We're going to come here and run, and say we put a number for S, that one's we put a 10, and this one's we put a 20, and X is 10 and Y is 20. So we're going to put some sort of line here. So this one, there is no space here, there is no space here, and there is no space here as well. So we're going to put some sort of spaces, and is and Y is, we put some sort of here, and where it says here you can put a space. Alright, so you can put a space, and when we get a number, you can get a number like this, put some sort of space. Okay, so that one's done. Now we're going to come on the swap, and we're going to see the number after the swap, and we're going to put the entire like this, or if you guys want to see that e dot swap. So now we are performing the swap, and we're going to see that it's going to be after the swap. So now we're going to perform our swap, and we're going to see going to be similar like this here. So we're going to come here. So now that we have performed the numbers before exchange, and we're going to put the numbers after exchange our swap. So we can put it here. That's what we want to put it here. So if you guys want to put a few, we're going to put a like next line, next line, next line, and it's going to be next line here, and we're going to show the result. So now we in our main, we are using that e, which is the class, the variable for the class, and this e represents the entire class here, the entire class exchange. So then they have three methods: get, number, swap, and result. And we're going to come down here, and we have say the number exchange after, because we are going to perform our swap now. So that's a swap with our x and y. So now we're going to run our program for any error. We build it, we build the project, and we're going to run. So our first number is going to be say 5, and the second number is going to be say for example 8. Okay, so the numbers before exchange swap is x is equal to 5 is 5, which is 5, and y is 8. And if the numbers after the exchange swap, x is 8, and you're looking here, the y is 8, because we're doing after the swap, and y is 5, and look at here, y becomes 5. So that's how you guys do that. Very simple program, swapping with the class, and that's how it's done. Easy. Now your code is very clean. Anyone comes in see this code, it says that alright, this is a class exchange. It has a private, which is int x and y. It has a public with the 3 methods, and this method's inside the class. And the first one says that I'm going to get the number, which gets the number from the user. And the second one says I want to do the swap, which actually gonna do the perform the swapping. And the third one is going to say, okay, I'm responsible for the displaying the numbers, and you're going to put everything inside the public. Because the why you guys needs to put a public, because as you've seen that one, because you're going to see that one, but the user don't know if it's x and y. If the users don't know about this x and y is hidden, but the only one you guys can put a or b here. You guys can put whatever. The reason we've done x, so you guys know it's x, but you guys can do say your name. So for example, anything, math or algebra or anything. So this is only for display, but it's actually, this one is actually hidden. So this x and y is hidden. And now if you look at here, if we say x, you guys it's just a display. It's something that we already put it, but you guys can put anything else. You guys can put a say math a, you guys can put a not x, but you guys can put a say a, and you guys can put a b, because the users don't know, for example. And you guys can put a because it's just a display, and you guys can put a b. If you want no one to know about your data, so you guys can do this. You guys say enter your first a number, and you guys gonna put a 10, enter your B numbers, and you guys gonna put a 70, and it says A is 70 and B is 10. So that's how you, now no one knows that you have X and Y in private. No one knows about your variables here. This one no one knows, because you guys already hide it here, and you guys displaying A. So that's how the class is, and that's how the access modifiers here, and that's how you guys hide your data, and that's how you guys use the public, and that's how the C programming, the class works. So, and we're gonna go throughout this C++ object-oriented programming. We're gonna see the different cool new stuff. So I'm gonna save, I'm gonna put A, and I'm gonna put a C, and I'm gonna put a swap, and I'm gonna make the new file, and my file is gonna be exchange.txt, and I want to put everything as a reference, but I want to put now it's gonna be txt, it's not gonna be cpp. So this it's not an executable file, and C++ sees this as a txt text. It's not gonna see this as a cpp. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.